At 70 years old, Ozzie Smith is living proof that one bad season can't destroy a legendary career, despite what happened in 1996 when his relationship with manager Tony La Russa fell apart completely. That final year saw public fights, closed-door meetings, and a retirement announcement that shocked baseball fans everywhere. But here's the thing about legends. They're built on much more than one difficult season. The trouble started when La Russa arrived in St. Louis with a completely different approach to managing players. While Smith's longtime manager Whitey Herzog had valued the veteran shortstop as the heart of the team, La Russa brought a data-driven philosophy that didn't care about reputation or past achievements. He acquired younger shortstop Royce Clayton and announced an open competition for the starting job, directly challenging Smith's position as the undisputed starter. During spring training, Smith hit 288 with 0 errors, while Clayton struggled with a 190 batting average and 8 defensive mistakes. Despite this clear performance difference, La Russa gave most playing time to the younger player. Smith believed his spring performance had earned him the starting job, but La Russa disagreed completely. The manager stated that Smith misunderstood how he compared to Clayton, citing improvements in defense and base running. The professional clash became more than just a disagreement about playing time. It was a fundamental conflict between old-school respect for veterans and new analytical approaches to roster management. La Russa's methods went against everything Smith had experienced with managers like Herzog, who valued intangible contributions alongside statistics. This tension led to a closed-door meeting in mid-May, where La Russa offered to trade Smith, rather than continue the uncomfortable situation. Instead of accepting a trade, Smith and his agent negotiated a buyout of special contract provisions in exchange for a retirement announcement. This led to the controversial press conference at Busch Stadium on June 19, 1996, where Smith announced he would retire at the end of the season. But Smith didn't just announce his decision, he used the platform to express his displeasure with La Russa's handling of the entire situation. La Russa responded publicly by acknowledging a strain in their relationship that he believed would never disappear. If you're enjoying this deep dive into baseball history, make sure to hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments what you think about the La Russa situation. Was the manager right to prioritize youth over experience? Or should veterans like Smith get more respect? Drop your thoughts below. But this story of conflict doesn't tell the real story of Ozzie Smith. To understand his true legacy, we need to go back to the beginning. Smith was born on December 26, 1954, in Mobile, Alabama, as the second of 6 children. When he was 6 years old, his family moved to the Watts section of Los Angeles, where his father worked as a delivery truck driver and his mother as a nursing home aide. His mother, Marvila, was incredibly important in shaping his character, teaching him the value of education and pursuing his dreams no matter what obstacles he faced. During his childhood in Los Angeles, Smith began developing the amazing reflexes that would make him famous. He spent hours bouncing a rubber ball off the concrete steps in front of his house, moving closer with each throw to improve his reaction time. He also practiced flips into neighborhood sawdust piles, which became the foundation for his signature backflip celebration. Despite his natural athletic ability, Smith wasn't heavily recruited out of Locke High School, where he played with future NBA player Marcus Johnson and Hall of Famer Eddie Murray. College recruiters didn't show much interest, but this didn't stop Smith from pursuing his dreams. He enrolled at California Polytechnic State University in 1974 on a partial academic scholarship. Smith walked onto the baseball team and earned a starting role when the regular shortstop broke his leg. This was where he learned to switch hit from his coach Bertie Haar, a skill that proved invaluable throughout his career. By graduation in 1977, Smith had set school records for career at-bats with 754 and stolen bases with 110. His path to the majors wasn't smooth. In 1976, he was drafted by the Detroit Tigers but couldn't agree on contract terms. Smith wanted a $10,000 signing bonus while the Tigers offered $8,500. He returned for his senior year and was drafted by the San Diego Padres in 1977, signing for $5,000. Smith made his major league debut in 1978 and immediately showed his defensive brilliance. He led the National League in assists every year with the Padres and won his first 2 Gold Glove awards in 1980 and 1981. However, his offensive numbers were poor during those early years, hitting just 231 with only 1 home run in 4 seasons. This led to a contract dispute with Padres ownership that became so heated his agent placed a help-wanted ad in the San Diego newspaper. The standoff resulted in a 6-player trade to the St. Louis Cardinals in 1981, with Smith going to St. Louis for Gary Templeton. Many thought the Padres got the better deal since Templeton was hitting 305 compared to Smith's 231 average. Smith initially balked at the trade due to a no-trade clause, but Cardinals manager Whitey Herzog personally flew to San Diego to convince him to join the team, promising he would be a valued core component of the franchise. Once in St. Louis, Smith's defensive magic truly began to shine. His ability to make impossible plays look easy earned him the nickname the Wizard of Oz. He won 13 straight National League Gold Glove awards from 1980 to 1992, still the record for shortstops. He was selected to 15 All-Star teams, showing both his excellence and popularity with fans. When Smith retired, he held Major League career records for assists with 8,375 and double plays with 1,590 by a shortstop. His 8,375 assists remain the most by any player at any position in Major League history. He also holds the single-season record for assists by a shortstop with 621 set in 1980. An advanced defensive metric ranks his career value at 44.2, putting him first on the all-time list by more than 4 points. Hall of Fame manager Whitey Herzog said Smith made more diving plays than anyone he had ever seen. Smith explained that great plays come from keeping yourself in position to make routine plays. He viewed his style as a mix of natural instinct and incredible preparation, spending extra time learning the unique characteristics of each ballpark. The backflip became Smith's most famous trademark, a joyful display of athleticism that defined his approach to baseball. The tradition started during Fan Appreciation Day when Padres promotions director Andy Strasburg and teammate Gene Tenassi encouraged him to perform one for the crowd. The enthusiastic reaction made it a regular part of his routine for opening days, all-star games, and playoff appearances. The backflip perfectly captured his acrobatic skill and the excitement he brought to every game. While Smith was labeled a no-hit shortstop early in his career, he worked hard to improve offensively. His bat reached its peak during the 1987 season when he batted .303, the only time he would reach that mark, collecting 40 doubles, 75 RBIs, and 104 runs scored, all career highs. This earned him the National League Silver Slugger Award, and he finished as MVP runner-up. But it was his postseason heroics that truly changed how people viewed his hitting. In the 1985 National League Championship Series against the Los Angeles Dodgers, with the series tied at 2 games each, Smith hit a dramatic walk-off home run in the bottom of the 9th inning of Game 5. This was his first career home run, batting left-handed in over 3,000 at-bats. Cardinals radio announcer Jack Buck's call of "Go crazy, folks, go crazy" became timeless baseball history. Smith batted .435 for the series and was named NLCS Most Valuable Player. The conflict with Tony La Russa in 1996 threatened to become the defining story of Smith's career, but it ultimately became just a footnote. Despite the public disagreement, Smith's greatness was recognized immediately. In 2002, in his first year of eligibility, he was elected to the National Baseball Hall of Fame with 91.7% of the vote, a level of support previously unseen for a defensive-minded player. His Hall of Fame induction speech was memorable as he held a baseball in one hand and a copy of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz in the other, comparing his career to the journeys of the Scarecrow, Tin Man, and Lion. After retirement, Smith remained connected to baseball and the St. Louis community, working as a broadcaster and supporting numerous charitable causes, including the Make-A-Wish Foundation. The Cardinals retired as number 1 in 1996, and a bronze statue of Smith stands at Busch Stadium. The sculptor noted that creating the statue was difficult because Smith spent half his career up in the air, perfectly describing his gravity-defying playing style. The story that Ozzie Smith destroyed his career is completely false. He redefined what it meant to play shortstop, won 13 Gold Gloves, made 15 All-Star teams, and was inducted into the Hall of Fame on the first ballot. His conflict with Tony La Russa was a brief moment that couldn't diminish 19 years of excellence. Today, at 70 years old, Smith remains one of baseball's most respected figures, proving that true legends are built on decades of greatness, not destroyed by one difficult season. If you enjoyed learning about the real story behind this baseball legend, hit that like button and subscribe for more sports history that separates fact from fiction.